Tired of being trapped in your own head? Ever feel like your thoughts are on a loop with no escape? Ever find yourself lying awake at night, replaying a conversation in your head or worrying about things you can't control? Or maybe you can't stop overanalyzing every decision until you're stuck in a loop. What if there was a way to finally let go of the constant chatter and regain control of your mind? From mindfulness to action steps, we've got 10 powerful strategies to help you break free from overthinking. Ready to clear your mind and take back your peace? 1. Mindfulness and meditation. Explanation. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and engaged in the current moment without judgment. It involves paying attention to one's thoughts, feelings, and surroundings with an open, curious mindset. Meditation is a structured practice that can develop mindfulness, providing techniques for quieting the mind, managing stress, and reducing overthinking. Breathing exercises, body scans, and guided visualization are all ways to cultivate mindfulness and anchor thoughts in the present, reducing the tendency to get lost in past regrets or future anxieties. Practical guide. How to start meditating. Begin with simple breathing exercises, focusing on inhaling and exhaling for a few minutes each day. Try a basic technique like focusing on the breath or using a word or phrase, mantra, as a point of focus. Beginner exercises. Start with a 5-minute guided meditation, gradually increasing time as comfort grows. Techniques like the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding exercise, naming 5 things you can see, 4 you can feel, 3 you can hear, 2 you can smell, and 1 you can taste, can quickly bring attention to the present. Daily incorporation. Establish a routine by setting aside a few minutes each morning or night. Use mindful breathing before meals or short meditative pauses throughout the day. Apps like Headspace and Calm can be useful for building consistency. Research and benefits. Studies reveal that mindfulness meditation can lower levels of the stress hormone cortisol, improve emotional regulation, and enhance focus and resilience. Research shows that mindfulness can help reduce overthinking by bringing awareness to automatic thoughts, allowing individuals to recognize them without judgment and return to the present. Improved mental health outcomes include lower rates of anxiety and depression, better emotional stability, and enhanced cognitive flexibility. 2. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT techniques. Explanation. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is a form of psychotherapy that helps individuals identify and change distorted or unhelpful thought patterns that negatively affect behavior and emotions. CBT is grounded in the concept that thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are interconnected, and by modifying dysfunctional thoughts, individuals can experience more balanced emotions and healthier behaviors. CBT provides a structured, practical approach to overcoming issues like anxiety, depression, and stress. CBT exercises. Thought diaries. A thought diary involves recording situations that trigger negative emotions, identifying the thoughts associated with those situations, and examining how these thoughts affect feelings and actions. Cognitive restructuring. This exercise challenges irrational beliefs and cognitive distortions, like catastrophizing or black and white thinking, by examining evidence for and against them. Challenging cognitive distortions. Exercises focus on identifying common cognitive distortions such as overgeneralization or personalization, then reframing them to be more balanced and constructive. Examples and exercises. Automatic thought recognition. Write down automatic thoughts as they occur in response to situations. This practice builds awareness and can reveal patterns in thinking that may be unproductive or irrational. Reframing thoughts. When a negative thought arises, challenge it with questions like, is there evidence for this thought? Or, what would I say to a friend in this situation? This helps in creating a more balanced perspective. Behavioral experiments. These involve testing the accuracy of certain beliefs or thoughts by engaging in activities that disprove or challenge them. For instance, if someone believes, I'm not good at public speaking, they might practice speaking in small groups to gradually change this belief. 3. Setting time limits for worry. Explanation. Scheduled worry time is a technique to contain overthinking by designating a specific period each day solely for worrying. Instead of letting anxious thoughts linger throughout the day, this approach creates a boundary around them. By setting aside time, you learn to acknowledge your worries without letting them interfere with daily activities or peace of mind. Practical guide. How to set up worry time. Choose a 10 to 15 minute period each day, ideally at the same time, for worry. Write down all concerns that arise during the day and save them for this time. Structure the worry period. During this time, review your list, allowing yourself to think through these worries without judgment. Once the time is up, close the list, and follow it with a relaxing activity like deep breathing, stretching, or listening to music. Daily routine. Gradually condition yourself to save worrying for this set time, helping prevent it from overtaking other parts of the day. Long-term effects. Over time, scheduled worry time teaches the brain to confine worries within limits, helping reduce their intrusion at other times. Studies show that this method can reduce general anxiety, improve focus, and increase a sense of control over thought processes by creating a mental container for worries. 4. Reframing negative thoughts. Explanation. Reframing negative thoughts involves transforming self-critical or pessimistic thoughts into constructive, empowering ones. Instead of succumbing to unhelpful thinking, this technique encourages a more positive mindset, helping foster resilience and self-compassion. Exercises. Gratitude journaling. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. This practice shifts focus to positive aspects, countering negative bias in thinking. Positive affirmations. Repeating affirmations like, "I am capable of handling challenges," or "I am worthy of kindness," reinforces a constructive inner dialogue. Counter-evidence analysis. When negative thoughts arise, list evidence that contradicts them. For example, if you think, "I always fail," identify past successes that disprove this thought. Examples. Case example: Sarah, who struggled with self-doubt, began journaling daily affirmations and keeping a record of her achievements, no matter how small. Over time, she noticed a shift in self-confidence and reduced frequency of critical thoughts. Real-life stories. Many who practice reframing report improved mood, better self-esteem, and an increased ability to handle life's ups and downs by transforming negative mental patterns. 5. Embracing imperfection and letting go of perfectionism. Explanation. Perfectionism often fuels overthinking by setting impossibly high standards, leading to fear of failure and a tendency to overanalyze decisions. Embracing imperfection can break this cycle, enabling people to take action without getting stuck in analysis paralysis. By adopting a growth mindset and focusing on effort rather than outcome, one can cultivate a healthier self-image and reduce anxiety around performance. Practical tips. Set realistic expectations. Start by setting achievable goals. Remind yourself that progress is valuable, even if it isn't perfect. Practice self-compassion. Replace harsh self-criticism with self-compassionate statements, such as, "It's okay to make mistakes," or "I'm learning and growing." Adopt a growth mindset. Focus on learning from experiences rather than on the outcome. This mindset emphasizes improvement over perfection, reducing pressure to get everything right on the first try. Research and stories. Psychological studies on perfectionism indicate that those who embrace imperfection often report lower stress levels and higher life satisfaction. Dr. Brené Brown's research, for example, highlights how self-compassion and vulnerability can dismantle perfectionistic tendencies, encouraging a more fulfilling and less fearful approach to life. Case studies show that letting go of perfectionism not only reduces overthinking but also opens doors to more creative and authentic personal and professional growth. These techniques offer structured ways to gain control over thought patterns, fostering a balanced, resilient approach to mental well-being. 6. Engaging in physical activity. Explanation. Physical exercise is a proven way to boost mental health by releasing endorphins, reducing stress, and enhancing cognitive clarity. Engaging in physical activity can help disrupt cycles of overthinking, clear the mind, and release pent-up energy that can fuel anxious thoughts. Physical activity also offers an opportunity to focus on the body in present moment, bringing attention away from ruminative thought patterns. Exercise recommendations. Yoga combines physical movement with mindfulness, emphasizing breathing and gentle focus, which can calm the mind and reduce stress. Walking in nature, often called ecotherapy, provides a double benefit of light exercise and exposure to calming natural environments. Running, the repetitive rhythm of running can act as a form of moving meditation, providing mental clarity and a mood boost through the release of endorphins. Success stories. Example: Tom started running during a stressful time in his life. By running a few times a week, he noticed his mind felt clearer, and his tendency to overthink decreased. The act of running became his thinking time for structured reflection, leaving him less mentally crowded outside of these sessions. Case example: Maria uses yoga to manage stress and overthinking. The practice of combining movement with mindful breathing has become her go-to for regaining focus and feeling grounded. 7. Practice self-compassion and acceptance. Explanation. Self-criticism can exacerbate overthinking by creating a loop of judgment and negativity. Self-compassion practices, however, counteract this by fostering kindness toward oneself, reducing anxiety, and preventing negative thoughts from spiraling. When you practice self-compassion, you learn to treat yourself with the same understanding and empathy that you would offer a friend, making it easier to let go of self-imposed pressures and expectations. Practical guide. Self-compassion: break, pause, acknowledge your feelings, and offer yourself words of kindness. For example, say to yourself, "This is a moment of suffering, suffering is a part of life, and may I be kind to myself in this moment." Journaling exercises. Write in a self-compassion journal each day, noting moments when you struggled and how you responded. Reflect on how you might approach these situations with greater kindness in the future. Working through the inner critic. When the inner critic appears, respond to it as you would a friend in need. Challenge the critical voice, and replace it with affirming or understanding thoughts. Evidence. Research by Dr. Kristen Neff, a leading expert on self-compassion, shows that individuals who practice self-compassion have lower levels of anxiety and depression. Studies indicate that self-compassion can be a powerful buffer against overthinking and negative self-evaluation, promoting resilience and emotional well-being. Personal stories reveal that people who practice self-compassion often find they're less prone to overthinking, as they no longer dwell as harshly on perceived mistakes or imperfections. 8. Building a strong social support network. Explanation. Trusted friends and family members can offer perspective and comfort, making it easier to process thoughts without endlessly analyzing them alone. When we share our thoughts and feelings, it can reduce the burden of overthinking, allowing others to help us see situations from a fresh perspective. This connection reduces isolation and fosters a sense of belonging, both of which are essential for mental well-being. Practical tips. Building a support system. Identify friends or family members who are understanding and supportive. Make regular time to connect, either in person or virtually. Ask for help. When overwhelmed by overthinking, reach out for a listening ear. Be open about your needs and let loved ones know if you're looking for advice, comfort, or just a chance to vent. Engage in open communication, share openly about your experiences and encourage mutual support. This can strengthen bonds and build a support system that helps both you and others manage stress. Research and examples. Social support is linked to mental health benefits, including reduced anxiety and depression and increased life satisfaction. Studies show that those with strong social networks report lower levels of stress and more effective coping mechanisms. For example, Sam, who used to struggle with overthinking, began to confide in a close friend. This regular check-in became a positive outlet, helping Sam reduce mental clutter and see situations from a more balanced perspective. These methods provide effective ways to manage overthinking and build a more balanced, fulfilling approach to life. Each technique offers practical steps to create mental and emotional resilience, helping individuals to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and clarity. 9. Setting goals and taking action. Explanation. Setting actionable goals is a constructive way to channel mental energy, helping transform unproductive overthinking into tangible progress. When individuals create and work toward goals, they gain focus, purpose, and a sense of accomplishment, which helps to interrupt cycles of rumination. Actionable goals provide structure, offering clarity and direction that make it easier to let go of repetitive thoughts. This approach also promotes self-efficacy, as each completed step reinforces confidence in the ability to make meaningful changes. Goal-setting techniques. SMART goals. Specific. Define exactly what you want to achieve. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be healthier," specify, "I want to walk 5,000 steps daily." Measurable. Make sure your goal has measurable components to track progress. For example, tracking daily water intake or the number of pages read. Achievable. Set goals that are challenging yet realistic. An overly ambitious goal may feel overwhelming, leading to discouragement and, potentially, more overthinking. Relevant. Align your goals with personal values or broader life goals to ensure they feel meaningful. Time-bound. Assign a time frame for completing each goal or milestone to keep yourself accountable. Breaking down goals. Large goals can feel daunting and lead to overthinking. By breaking them down into smaller, manageable steps, it's easier to take the first step without feeling overwhelmed. For example, if the goal is to write a book, start by setting a daily goal of writing 300 words or outlining one chapter. Each small accomplishment builds momentum and keeps you moving forward without getting stuck in analysis. Celebrating small wins. Recognizing and celebrating each milestone, no matter how small, reinforces positive behaviors and builds motivation. This can be as simple as journaling about a completed step, treating yourself to a small reward, or sharing progress with a friend. Celebrating these small wins keeps motivation high and reduces the urge to ruminate on setbacks or doubts. Real-life applications. Example: Jason felt overwhelmed by his career goals and often overthought the steps needed to advance. By setting smaller, achievable weekly targets, such as updating his LinkedIn profile, practicing interview questions, and reaching out to a mentor, he gained a sense of progress. This approach relieved stress and provided a practical focus that kept his mind from lingering on unproductive worries. Case study: Anna's goal to improve her health felt overwhelming at first. By breaking her goal into small daily actions like drinking 8 glasses of water, taking a 15-minute walk, and reducing screen time before bed, she gradually built healthier habits. These manageable steps helped her focus on concrete actions rather than becoming caught in overthinking about her health goals. 10. Limiting information consumption and digital detox. Explanation. The overwhelming amount of information available today, especially through social media and news platforms, can easily lead to information overload. Constant exposure to notifications, updates, and information sources often fuels anxiety and promotes overthinking, as it's difficult to process and prioritize this flood of content. By practicing digital detox strategies, individuals can reduce mental clutter, gain clarity, and enjoy a more peaceful state of mind. Digital detox strategies. Limiting screen time. Set designated times each day to check devices, such as morning and evening, rather than continuously throughout the day. This structured approach reduces the urge to scroll and prevents notifications from disrupting focus. Consider using screen time tracking tools or app limits to monitor and control usage, especially for social media. Choosing reliable sources. Limit information sources to those that provide accurate, balanced content, and avoid sensationalized media that can spike stress. This practice helps in curating a feed that supports mental well-being rather than inducing anxiety. Unsubscribe from excessive notifications and avoid doom scrolling through stressful or negative content, which can amplify feelings of helplessness and increase overthinking. Practicing digital minimalism. Unsubscribe from non-essential emails and notifications, and declutter social media by following only accounts that add genuine value. Use focus or do not disturb modes on devices during times you wish to stay present, work on a task, or unwind. Taking periodic breaks from digital devices frees up mental space, allowing time to recharge. Research and stories. Research insights. Studies on digital behavior indicate that reducing screen time improves focus, reduces anxiety, and fosters a clearer, calmer mind. Regular digital detox practices are associated with better sleep, greater productivity, and improved mental clarity.